ADW Hatred Slam 26th show of 2022 by Colton Dennis. The crowd is cheering. Hello everyone and welcome to another night of Hatred Slam. And we're coming off of a great pay-per-view for Blood Rumble, said announcer number 1. Yes, we are. And the odd part is, we crowd all new champions at the last pay-per-view. I still can't believe that, said announcer number 2. We're all still in shock. But tonight, we find out who our next number 1 contenders will be for our Hatred Slam champions, said announcer number 1. Oh, I can't wait to find out. Because, with everything that's been happening, anything could happen, said announcer number 2. Well, let's head down to the ring for our first match of the night, said announcer number 1. Beldings. This match is scheduled for one fall, is a fatal 4-way, and is a number 1 contenders match for the XX Championship. Introducing the challengers, Gem, Onyxia, Riot and Sapphire, said announcer number 3. Beldings. Both Riot and Sapphire are attacking both Gem and Onyxia. Here we go with these 4 beautiful women, said announcer number 2. Sapphire grabs Gem's head, then runs towards the ropes. Gem reverses it, then throws Sapphire through the middle rope. Sapphire lands onto the floor. Gem goes through the middle rope, then kicks Sapphire. Sapphire groans. Riot chops Onyxia's chest. Onyxia groans, then walks towards the corner. Riot chops Onyxia's chest again. Onyxia groans, then walks along the ropes. Riot bounces Onyxia off of the ropes, then bends over. Onyxia kicks Riot's chest. Riot stands up, then looks at Onyxia. Onyxia goes to run. Riot grabs Onyxia's hair, then pulls her onto the mat. Hey, watch the hair, said referee number 1. Riot raises her hands, looks at Onyxia, runs, then bounces off of the ropes. Gem pulls onto Riot's legs, then pulls her outside of the ring. Both Gem and Riot continuously punching each other. A fist fight has broken out between Gem and Riot, said announcer number 1. Gem knees Riot's stomach. Riot groans. Gem whips Riot. Riot reverses it. Gem goes into the steel stairs, then she groans. Gem went straight into those steel stairs, said announcer number 2. Riot turns around. Sapphire jumps off of the ledge of the ring, then clotheslines Riot. Riot groans. Nice clothesline by Sapphire, said announcer number 2. Sapphire stands up. Onyxia bounces off of the ropes on the opposite side of the ring, then does a baseball slide onto Sapphire. Sapphire falls onto the floor, then groans. What a beautiful baseball slide, said announcer number 1. Onyxia kicks Riot. Riot groans. Onyxia sees Gem slowly moving, picks her up, then throws her into the barricade. Gem groans. Riot slowly stands up. Onyxia runs at Riot, then clotheslines her onto the floor. Riot groans. Sapphire is slowly moving. Onyxia hits Sapphire's back. Sapphire groans. Onyxia throws Sapphire into the ring. Sapphire stops rolling. Onyxia climbs onto the ledge of the ring, then goes up the turnbuckle. Onyxia is going up top, said announcer number 2. Never really see her do that, said announcer number 1. Onyxia gets to the top turnbuckle. Sapphire stands up. Onyxia jumps off of the top turnbuckle, does a crossbody onto Sapphire, then covers her. 1, 2. Sapphire kicks out. 2, said referee number 1. Onyxia almost got the win, said announcer number 2. Very close, said announcer number 1. Onyxia stands up, picks Sapphire up, then sets her up for a suplex. Sapphire rolls, wraps her arms around Onyxia, then rolls her up. 1, 2. Onyxia kicks. Out. 2, said referee number 1. Sapphire almost had it there, said announcer number 2. Both Onyxia and Sapphire stand up. Gem slides into the ring, stands up, then double clotheslines both Onyxia and Sapphire. Both Onyxia and Sapphire groan, then stand up. Gem continuously punching both Onyxia and Sapphire. Sapphire stands up. Gem lifts Sapphire, then slams her onto the mat. Onyxia stands up. Gem lifts Onyxia, then slams her on top of Sapphire. Sapphire groans. Oh, Sapphire just got crushed by Onyxia, said announcer number 1. Gem moves Onyxia, then covers Sapphire. 1, 2. Sapphire kicks out. 2, said referee number 1. Gem stands up. Riot hits Gem's back. Gem falls onto her knees. Riot punches Gem. Gem groans, then goes into the ropes. Riot bounces Gem off of the ropes, then bends over. Gem kicks Riot's chest. Riot groans, then stands up. Gem goes for a discus clothesline onto Riot. Riot ducks. Gem does a discus clothesline onto Onyxia. Onyxia groans, then rolls away. The discus clothesline connects. But Gem meant to hit Riot, said announce number 2. Gem turns around. Riot kicks Gem's stomach. Gem groans, then bends over. Riot runs, bounces off of the ropes, jumps up, then goes for a famouser onto Gem. Gem moves. Riot turns around. Gem does a discus clothesline onto Riot. Riot groans. Gem connected with her clothesline. Will she be facing Moxie? Asked announcer number 1. Gem covers Riot. 1, 2. Sapphire lands onto Gem. 2, said referee number 1. Sapphire breaks up the count, said announcer number 2. Sapphire grabs Gem's head. Gem moves Sapphire's arms, then headbutts Sapphire. Sapphire groans, holds her head, then turns around. Gem goes for a discus clothesline onto Sapphire. Sapphire ducks, then runs. Gem turns around. Sapphire bounces off of the ropes, then does a one-legged dropkick onto Gem. Gem groans. Sapphire hooks Gem's right leg. 1, 2. Riot lands onto Sapphire. 2, said referee number 1. Riot breaks the count this time, said announcer number 1. Riot grabs Sapphire, runs, then throws her into the ring post. Sapphire groans, then lands onto the ledge of the ring. Oh man, Sapphire just went shoulder fist into the post, said announce number 2. Riot turns around. Onyxia runs at Riot, then goes to clothesline her. Riot ducks. Onyxia bounces off of the ropes. Riot does a tilt-a-whirl backbreaker onto Onyxia. Onyxia groans. Riot stands up, then slaps her right leg. I think Riot is gonna go for the famouser, said announcer number 1. Gem stands up, then turns around. Riot kicks Gem's stomach, runs, bounces off of the ropes, jumps up, then does a famouser onto Gem. The famouser connects, said announcer number 2. Riot covers Gem. 1, 2. Gem barely kicks out. 2, said referee number 1. Gem kicked out of the famouser, said announcer number 1. Riot stands up, picks Gem up a little, runs, bounces off of the ropes, jumps up, then does a famouser onto her again. This is it. Riot's number 1 contender, said announcer number 2. Riot stands up. Sapphire runs at Riot, then does a one-legged dropkick onto her. Riot groans. Sapphire stands up. Onyxia does a running knee onto Sapphire. Sapphire groans, then rolls outside of the ring. Onyxia picks Gem up then throws her through the middle ropes. Gem lands onto the floor. Onyxia runs towards Riot then covers her. 1, 2, 3. Ring the bell, said referee number 1. Bell dings. Here's your winner and number 1 contender for the XX Championship, Onyxia. Onyxia rolls outside of the ring then jumps around. I'm the number 1 contender. Me. Not you, me, said Onyxia. Well, Onyxia was at the right place, at the right time, said announcer number 1. She got lucky. You know it would have been Riot, said announcer number 2. Well, no matter who we think it was supposed to be. Onyxia is our new number 1 contender. Well folks, up next is our tag team battle royale, said announcer number 1. Bell dings. This match is scheduled for one fall. Is a 4 tag team battle royale and is a number 1 contenders match for the tag team championships. Introducing the challengers, Price and the Gambler, Predator and Deluge, the Pursuer and the Hallowed and Smite and Suave, said announce number 3. Bell dings. All 8 men are attacking each other. All right, the tag team battle royale has begun, said announce number 2. One of these teams will face Revanger and the Strangler for the tag team championships, said announce number 1. Suave is punching Deluge. Deluge is groaning then staggers backwards into the ropes. Suave bounces Deluge off of the ropes. Deluge holds onto the ropes on the opposite side of the ring. Suave runs at Deluge. Deluge lifts Suave over the top rope. Suave lands onto the ledge of the ring. Deluge looks at Suave then goes to punch him. Suave blocks, grabs Deluge's head then hangs him off the top rope. Deluge falls onto the mat. Suave walks along the ledge of the ring then climbs up the turnbuckle. Be careful Suave, said announcer number 1. Suave gets to the top turnbuckle. Deluge stands up. Suave jumps off of the top turnbuckle then does a crossbody onto Deluge. Deluge groans. Suave stands up. Price grabs Suave from behind, runs then throws him over the top rope. Suave lands onto the floor. Then looks up at Price. Price is smiling. Suave is gone, said announcer number 2. The Hallowed runs. Then lifts Price over the top rope. Price is holding onto the top rope. Price is dangling on the ropes. One false move and he's eliminated, said announcer number 1. Suave approaches Price. Price kicks. Suave. Suave groans. Price pulls himself up onto the ledge of the ring. The Hallowed goes to superkick Price. Price moves. The Hallowed's right leg gets caught onto the top rope. Price grabs the Hallowed's right leg then pulls him over the top rope. The Hallowed falls onto the floor. Hallowed's gone, said announcer number 2. Price is laughing at both Suave and the Hallowed, then turns around. Deluge dropkicks Price. Price falls off the ledge of the ring, then lands onto both Suave and the Hallowed. Price has been eliminated. Just that quickly, said announcer number 1. Predator whips Smite into the corner. Smite groans. Predator runs at Smite. Smite boots Predator. Predator groans. Then staggers away. Smite jumps onto the second ropes. Predator runs at Smite then pushes him over the top rope. Smite is holding onto the ropes. Smite's handing on still, said announce number 2. Predator approaches the ropes. Smite lifts his legs, wraps them around Predator's head then pulls him over the top rope. Predator lands onto the ledge of the ring. Both Predator and Smite stand onto the ledge of the ring then punch each other. Predator kicks Smite's stomach then pushes him. Smite goes into the ring post. He groans then holds onto the ropes. The gambler runs at predator. Predator shoulder blocks the gambler's stomach. The gambler groans. Smite stands up. Predator looks at Smite, then runs at him. Smite dropkicks Predator's right leg. Predator falls off of the ledge of the ring, lands onto the floor, then he groans. Predator has been eliminated, said announcer. Number 1. Smite stands up onto the ledge of the ring. Deluge punches Smite. Smite is swaying on the ledge of the ring. Deluge punches Smite again. Smite continues swaying on the ledge of the ring. Deluge goes to punch Smite a third time. Smite shoulder blocks Deluge's stomach. Deluge groans. Predator grabs Smite's left leg, then tries pulling him off the ledge of the ring. Smite is holding onto the ropes, then pushes Predator with his left leg. Predator goes into the barricade, then he groans. Predator shouldn't be out here. He's already eliminated, said announcer number 2. I agree with you there, said announcer number 1. Deluge goes to punch Smite again. Smite shoulder blocks Deluge's stomach again. Deluge groans. Smite puts his head between Deluge's legs, then lifts him over the top rope. Deluge lands onto Predator. Both Deluge and Predator are groaning. Deluge is out of here, said announcer number 2. Smite starts to go through the middle rope. The gambler knees Smite. Smite is swaying on the ledge of the ring. Smite is still hanging in there, said announcer number 1. The gambler tries pushing Smite off of the ledge of the ring. The pursuer hits the gambler's back. The gambler groans. The pursuer kicks the gambler's stomach, sets him up, then does an impaler DDT onto him. Smite pulls himself onto the ledge of the ring. The pursuer stands up, looks at Smite, then runs at him. Smite pulls down the top rope. The pursuer goes over the top rope, then lands onto the floor. Pursuer is gone, said announcer number 2. We're down to 2, said announcer number 1. Smite rolls into the ring, then stands up. The gambler slowly stands up. Smite runs, then bounces off of the ropes. The gambler lifts Smite, then does a sit-out spinebuster onto him. Smite groans. Both Smite and the gambler are laying on the mat. Both men are out of it, said announcer number 2. After all the things they did or were done to them, you'd be too, said announcer number 1. Both Smite and the gambler are slowly moving. The gambler stands up, grabs Smite, runs towards the ropes, then throws him over the top of them. Smite is holding onto the top rope. The gambler walks away. Smite stands up onto the ledge of the ring. The gambler looks at Smite, then runs at him. Smite shoulder blocks the gambler's stomach. The gambler groans. Smite stands up, then slingshots himself over the top rope. The gambler catches Smite onto his right shoulder. Smite is struggling. The gambler tries throwing Smite over the top rope. Smite's holding onto the top rope. Come on, Smite, said announcer number 2. Smite is squirming. Lands onto his feet behind the gambler, grabs his legs, then lifts him over the top rope. The gambler lands onto the floor. Bell dings. Here are your winners and number 1 contenders for the tag team championships, Smite and Suave, said announce number 3. Smite and Suave will fight Revanger and the Strangler at the next pay-per-view, said announcer number 1. I am impressed by Smite. He held on the entire match while standing on the ledge, said announcer number 2. Like that phrase goes, and quat. It's the little things that surprise you, and quat, said announce number 1. You've got that right, said announcer number 2. Now folks, we move on to our next number 1 contenders match, said announce number 1. Bell dings. This match is scheduled for one fall. is a fatal four-way, and is a number one contenders match for the Transcontinental Championship. Introducing the challengers, Pain, Hellfire, the Stalker, and Pegasus, said announcer number 3. Beldings. All three are looking at each other, then at Hellfire. That's right. Take out the big guy first, said announcer number 2. The Stalker runs at Hellfire. Hellfire boots the Stalker. The Stalker groans, then rolls outside of the ring. What a boot by Hellfire, said announcer number 1. Both Pain and Pegasus look at each other, run at Hellfire, then start hitting him. Hellfire is groaning, then gets pushed into the corner. Hellfire continues groaning, then pushes both Pain and Pegasus away. Both Pain and Pegasus run back at Hellfire, then continue punching him. Hellfire continues groaning, then does a throat thrust onto Pain. Pain gasps, then falls onto the mat. Hellfire punches Pegasus. Pegasus groans, then walks away. Hellfire runs, then clotheslines Pegasus hard. Pegasus groans. Hellfire covers Pegasus. 1, 2. Pegasus kicks out. 2, said referee number 2. Hellfire stands up. Pain runs at Hellfire, then punches him. Hellfire goes into the ropes. Pain continuously punches Hellfire all over his body. Hellfire continuously groaning. Pain bounces Hellfire off of the ropes. Hellfire reverses it, then bends over. Pain kicks Hellfire's chest. Hellfire stands up, then stares at Pain. Pain runs at Hellfire. Hellfire does a back elbow onto Pain. Pain groans. Nice back elbow, said announcer number 2. Hellfire covers Pain. 1, 2. Pain kicks out. 2, said referee number 2. Hellfire stands up. The Stalker slides into the ring. Stands up, then hits Hellfire's back. Hellfire groans, then turns around. The Stalker's eyes widen. Hellfire grabs the Stalker by his throat. Stalker's gonna go for a little ride, said announcer number 1. Hellfire lifts the Stalker. Pain chop blocks Hellfire's left leg. Hellfire groans, then drops the Stalker. Pain went right for Hellfire's leg. Pain stands up. Hellfire turns around. Pain kicks Hellfire's stomach, then does a double-arm DDT onto him. Hellfire groans. Hellfire's down, said announcer number 2. Pain covers Hellfire. 1, 2. Hellfire kicks out. 2, said referee number 2. Hellfire just kicked out of Pain's double-arm DDT, said announcer number 2. Hellfire is slowly moving. Pain looks at the Stalker. The Stalker is waving at Hellfire. Hellfire stands up, then turns around. The Stalker does a running stow onto Hellfire. Hellfire groans. Stalker did it. He'll face the Transcontinental Champion, said announcer number 1. The Stalker covers Hellfire. 1, 2. Hellfire kicks out. 2, said referee number 2. Hellfire kicked out again, said announcer number 2. What will it take to put him down? Asked announcer number 1. Hellfire is slowly moving, then stands up. Pegasus lifts Hellfire. Hellfire lands onto Pegasus. There was no way Pegasus could do his move, said announcer number 2. Both Pain and the Stalker are hitting Hellfire's back. Hellfire is groaning. Both Pain and the Stalker bounce Hellfire off of the ropes. Hellfire does a double clothesline onto both Pain and the Stalker. Both Pain and the Stalker groan. The Stalker stands up, then runs at Hellfire. Hellfire lifts the Stalker, does a sidewalk slam onto him, then covers him. 1, 2. Pain kicks Hellfire. 2, said referee number 2. Hellfire looks at Pain, then stands up. Pain punches Hellfire. Hellfire continues staring at Pain. Pain goes to punch Hellfire. Hellfire blocks, then does a throat thrust onto Pain. Pain falls onto the mat. Hellfire grabs Pain, bounces him off of the ropes, then boots him. Pain groans, then rolls outside of the ring. Pegasus is standing up in the corner. Hellfire runs at Pegasus, then does a corner body splash onto him. Pegasus groans, then walks out of the corner. Hellfire lifts Pegasus, then does a sidewalk slam onto him. Pegasus groans. Hellfire stands up. The Stalker runs at Hellfire. Hellfire boots the Stalker. The Stalker groans, then rolls towards the ropes. Hellfire goes through the middle rope, then climbs up the turnbuckle. Hellfire's gonna fly, said announcer number 1. Hellfire gets to the top turnbuckle. Pain climbs onto the ledge of the ring, then pushes Hellfire off of the top turnbuckle. Hellfire lands onto the mat, then groans. Smart move by Pain, said announcer number 2. Pain slides into the ring. Hellfire stands up, then turns around. Pain kicks Hellfire's stomach. Hellfire groans. Pain goes for a double arm DDT onto Hellfire. Hellfire runs, then rams Pain into the corner. Pain groans. Hellfire walks away, then runs at Pain. Pain boots Hellfire. Hellfire groans, then staggers away. Pain runs at Hellfire. Hellfire grabs Pain by his throat. Pain is struggling. Pegasus stands up, then turns around. Hellfire grabs Pegasus by his throat. Double chokeslam time, said announcer number 1. Hellfire lifts both Pain and Pegasus, then does a double chokeslam onto both of them. The Stalker slides into the ring, stands up, then swings a steel chair. The steel chair hits Hellfire's back. Hellfire groans, then looks at the Stalker. The Stalker goes to swing the steel chair. Hellfire grabs the Stalker by his throat. Are you crazy? Hitting me with a chair? You know, you deserve this, said Hellfire. The Stalker kicks Hellfire in his testicles. Hellfire groans. The Stalker swings the steel chair. The steel chair hits Hellfire's head. Hellfire is staggering. The Stalker swings the steel chair again. Hellfire continues staggering. The Stalker drops the steel chair, runs, bounces off of the ropes. Then does a running stow onto Hellfire. And quat, Saint Oh no, and quat, connects, said announce number 2. The Stalker covers Hellfire. 1, 2, 3. Ring the bell, said referee number 2. Bell dings. Here's your winner and number 1 contender for the Transcontinental Championship, the Stalker, said announcer number 3. The Stalker rolls outside of the ring, then raises his arms. Yeah, baby. I'm the number 1 contender. I'll be the next Transcontinental Champion. Me, not you. Me, said the Stalker, walking backwards up the ramp. Congratulations too, said announcer number 1. Hey, look out, said announcer number 2. The Stalker turns around. Puppeteer does a one-legged dropkick onto the Stalker. The Stalker is laying on the ramp. Puppeteer stands up, then raises the title. This is my title. You remember that? When you wake up, said Puppeteer. Oh man, Stalker didn't even know what hit him, said announce number 1. Yeah, Puppeteer was just waiting for Stalker to turn around. Then he kicked his head off, said announcer number 2. Well, folks, we've made it to our main event, said announcer number 1. Bell dings. This match is scheduled for one fall. Is a number 1 contenders match for the Global Championship. Introducing the challengers first, Mayhem, and his opponent, Snake, said announce number 3. Bell dings. Both Mayhem and Snake are walking around the ring, then lock up. Snake puts a headlock onto Mayhem. Mayhem groans, bounces Snake off of the ropes, then goes to punch Snake. Snake holds onto the ropes on the opposite side of the ring, smiles, then points to his head. Well, I guess Snake was smart enough to hold onto the ropes, said announcer number 2. Indeed, it was a smart move, said announcer number 1. Both Mayhem and Snake walk around the ring, then lock up again. Mayhem grabs Snake's right arm, then rolls him onto the mat. Snake kneels onto the mat, looks up at Mayhem, then rolls outside of the ring. Snake is taking a breather, said announcer number 2. Snake approaches the announce table. And quat, do you believe this? And quat, do you? And quat, why am I fighting him? And quat, I don't need to waste my time. And quat, I'm way better than Mayhem. And quat, yelled Snake at both announce number 1 and announcer number 2. Hey, we're just the announcers, said announcer number 1. Snake turns around. Mayhem bounces off of the ropes in the opposite side of the ring, runs, jumps over the top rope, then lands onto Snake. What a dive by Mayhem, said announcer number 2. He loves to fly around the ring, said announcer number 1. Mayhem bangs his hands onto the announce table. Yeah, said Mayhem, high-fiving announcer number 1 and announcer number 2. Yeah, let's have some fun, said announcer number 2. Mayhem grabs Snake, then throws him into the ring. Snake stops rolling. Mayhem slides into the ring. Snake quickly stands up, then elbows Mayhem in the back of his neck. Mayhem groans. Oh, what an elbow to the back of Mayhem's neck, said announcer number 1. Snake stands, then continuously knees Mayhem in the back of his neck. Mayhem continuously groaning. Hey, back off. 1, 2, 3, 4. Snake walks backwards. You have a 5 count, remember, said referee number 3. Snake raises his hands. Mayhem is groaning, then crawls towards the corner. Snake approaches Mayhem, then continuously kicks him. Mayhem continuously groaning. Snake puts his knee onto Mayhem's face. Mayhem is groaning. Snake is not letting up, said announcer number 2. Snake walks away, then holds out his arms. The crowd is booing. Boo yourself, said Snake, running at Mayhem, jumps, then does a corner elbow onto him. Mayhem groans. Snake pulls Mayhem out of the corner, wraps his arms around his head, then does a neck breaker onto him. Mayhem is holding his head. Snake covers Mayhem. 1, 2. Mayhem kicks out. 2, said referee number 3. Count faster, ref, said Snake, standing up, knees Mayhem's back, then locks in a headlock. Mayhem groans. Mayhem needs to find a way back into this match, said announce number 1. Snake is pulling on Mayhem's nose. Mayhem is groaning. Hey, let go. 1, 2, 3, 4, said referee number 3. Snake breaks the headlock, stands up, then picks Mayhem up. Mayhem wraps his arms around Snake's head, then does a jawbreaker onto him. Snake groans, then holds his jaw. Nice jawbreaker, said announcer number 2. Snake continues holding his jaw, turns around, then walks towards Mayhem. Mayhem wraps his arms around Snake, then rolls him up. 1, 2. Snake kicks out. 2, said referee number 3. That was a close 1, said announcer number 2. Both Mayhem and Snake stand up. Snake clotheslines Mayhem hard. Mayhem groans. That's not good for Mayhem's neck, said announce number 1. Snake stands up, picks Mayhem up, then sets him up for a suplex. Here comes a suplex, said announcer number 2. Snake lifts Mayhem. Mayhem lands onto his feet behind Snake, sets up for back suplex, lifts him up, then slams him onto his butt. Snake groans. Mayhem does a cartwheel, then drop kicks Snake from his left side. Nice cartwheel into a drop kick, said announcer number 1. Mayhem hooks Snake's left leg. 1, 2. Snake kicks out. 2, said referee number 3. Mayhem stands up, then holds his head. Mayhem's neck must still hurt, said announcer number 2. Snake stands up. Mayhem approaches Snake. Snake kicks Mayhem's stomach. Mayhem groans. Snake bounces Mayhem off of the ropes. Mayhem twists Snake's right arm, sets him up, then does a side suplex onto him. Snake groans. What a side suplex, said announcer number 1. Mayhem covers Snake. 1, 2. Snake kicks out. 2, said referee number 3. That was close, said announcer number 2. As close as it gets, said announcer number 1. Mayhem stands up, grabs Snake, picks him up, lifts, then slams him onto the mat. Snake groans. Mayhem runs, bounces off of the ropes, does a cartwheel, then goes for a moonsault onto Snake. Snake moves. Mayhem lands face first onto the mat, then he groans. Mayhem missed his cartwheel into a moonsault, said announcer number 2. Mayhem slowly stands up. Snake quickly stands up, runs, bounces off of the ropes, jumps up, then does a famouser onto Mayhem. Mayhem groans, then holds his head. The famouser connects. Snake's gonna be facing pincher, said announce number 1. Snake hooks Mayhem's right leg. 1, 2. Mayhem puts his left leg onto the bottom rope. Hey, 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 his foot is on the bottom rope, Snake, said referee number 3. Snake sees Mayhem's left leg on the bottom rope, then he sighs. Damn it. Snake looks at Mayhem's left leg. Damn it, damn it, damn it, said Snake. I don't like when a grown man whines, said announcer number 2. No one does. Now Snake needs to find another way to put Mayhem away, said announce number 1. Snake stands up, picks Mayhem up, lifts, then slams him onto the mat. Mayhem groans. Hey, who am I? Asked Snake, running, bounces off ropes, barely does a cartwheel, then does a moonsault. Mayhem moves. Snake lands face first onto the mat. He groans, then holds his right side. That's what Snake gets for doing Mayhem's move, said announcer number 2. Mayhem stands up, runs, bounces off of the ropes, does a cartwheel, then a moonsault onto Snake's back. Snake groans. Mayhem rolls Snake onto his back, then hooks his right leg. 1, 2. Snake barely kicks out. 2, said referee number 3. I'm surprised Snake kicked out, said announcer number 1. Mayhem stands up, then grabs Snake's head. Snake grabs Mayhem's tights, then pulls him through the middle rope. Mayhem lands onto his feet outside of the ring, turns around, then grabs Snake's right leg. Snake gets pulled outside of the ring, then knees Mayhem's stomach. Mayhem groans. Snake whips Mayhem. Mayhem jumps onto the barricade, then does a moonsault onto Snake. Both Mayhem and Snake are groaning. That was an incredible moonsault, said announcer number 2. Mayhem slowly stands up, walks away, then looks at Snake. Snake is laying on the floor. Mayhem does a cartwheel, then a moonsault onto Snake. Snake groans. Mayhem holds his left side. The cartwheel into a moonsault connects outside of the ring, said announcer number 1. 6, 7. Mayhem slowly stands, then walks towards the ring. They need to get back inside the ring, said announcer number 2. Mayhem goes to climb onto the ledge of the ring. Snake grabs Mayhem's left leg. Mayhem is struggling, then tries kicking Snake. 9, 10. Ring the bell, said referee number 3. Bell dings. Ladies and gentlemen, both competitors have been counted out, said announcer number 3. Both Mayhem and Snake were counted out, said announcer number 1. Then who's our number 1 contender for the Global Championship? Do we have one waiting? Asked announcer number 2. I guess we'll figure it out at the next pay-per-view. Well, folks, we want to thank you for watching. Be safe out there and good night, said announcer number 1. Bye-bye, said announcer number 2, waving. The end.